Hello guys, welcome to tonight's show. My name is CHUKS and you're on JFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time we see our program, for able to bring you the latest Arsenal news update as we drop all over the world. So for now, I'm gonna start with tonight's show. So based on the Champions League match, where we won't play tomorrow. So I think I don't do a press conference and Saliba accompany him. So they asked Saliba some questions, and Saliba come make this statement: say, we want to win the Champions League, then we'll be the players. Saying that their ambition, we want to win the Champions League. Then Saliba believes the Arsenal squad is strong enough to win the competition this season. Yeah, so now one of the strong statements from William Saliba. And are they happy? Say themselves won't win all these things yet. Then get the mindset. Say yes, last season we tried our best, but it wasn't enough. The injuries follow hamper us last season. But this time around, we get the needed depth to go that extra mile. So I believe it is possible. Now, and slots, I come at your own press conference for Sky Sports. They call the ask and say, if Ingofi win just one title for this season, which one it will be? He said, I think I would go for Champions League this time. And Slots wants to win the biggest prize in football. When me I see the video, for my mind I come feel say, sure say this man never know say Liverpool no fit win this league. Say na Arsenal go win this league. Say make him come push Champions League. Like, are you sure that's not his mindset? That's not what he's thinking. But it could be a wrong interpretation from me. But for him to make that assertion, say, if they say make him choose, say we just go for the Champions League. But more just watch that one. I mean, just the top. More just watch. Now these pictures going to spread all over everywhere like wildfire. So when I see, I can't feel the love, yes, the mutual respect between Saliba and Mikel Arteta. Like, it's obvious. Say Arteta love this young man, and Saliba said love Arteta like mad. It's very, very obvious the way I see him. I mean, the relationship just continues. Saliba really, really admires him, loves him, and also wants to play for him. Very, very key. Now, you know that tomorrow now Olympiacos will they play against. So one of the midfielders for Olympiacos, so they call Daniel Podence, going to talk about the Arsenal game. So him going to talk, say, of course, it's going to be a difficult game. It's always great to play against the best. They are a huge team, but the goal is to play for the win. Whether it's against Arsenal or Olympiacos, will be for their Greek league. Now, according to one statistic, say this Olympiacos, they have a very good record at the Emirates Stadium. They don't come here like, I think they're unbeaten in the last 3 games, so they visit this place. So we need to make sure that they come tomorrow and they go back crying. Like, they go back with their hands on their heads. Say, how did we allow Arsenal to score so many goals like this with the reckless abandon? How? That is what I want. Like, they should be demolished. Yes, they got no. People don't say they'll be Greek champions. In fact, for the Super League, they are unbeaten there. So I don't think say them be team will come here when they play 10 men behind the ball. And you know that when teams come to the Emirates Stadium and play free-flowing football, not play 10 men behind the ball, it is usually delicious. It is usually appetizing to play against such a team. So I expect they will stick to their senior man status. Come here, don't come and do what Manchester City came here to do. So that's what I expect. But most tomorrow, when time reach, you will see what will be their own game plan. So that's what I'm expecting. Now, Sky Sports, when they play this video, I watch it on Sky Sports. Based on since Saliba signed new contracts, so it can't be like a new player. So they can't give him like God of honor, impact, they tap him back, hey, all this kind of play. So I just enjoy the camaraderie. Get ready for us, and everybody just they happy, high spirits. That's what it just be. Now, away from that. So Mikel Arteta, I told you he did this press conference today. So Arteta was full of praise for Victor Gyökeres after his performance against Newcastle. Arteta talked plenty. In fact, let us unpack all the things where Arteta talk first. Because they ask and say, share everybody they fit for this match we won't play against Olympiacos. So Arteta say yes, there are no surprises. So now only Hincapi, Noni Madueke, they're still out. Although you no mention Kai Havertz, but Kai Havertz also is included there. Then he no mention Jesus instead of just no 4 players, they are out. Now, apart from that, he say no news, the rest are all good, which means Odegaard will just come back, they okay, Saka they okay, you get. Now, on if Odegaard is fit to start, he said he was very good against Newcastle. He came on and immediately he could see the desire and the responsibility to get into the game, to try to change it. His decision making, the way he approached every ball, and he made a difference to help us win the game. Now, on if there's greater pressure on us, Arsenal, to win the Champions League this year, he said we have the same ambition, which is to go game by game and try to be better than the opponents, which is very difficult in this competition, and win as many games as we can. Tomorrow we are going to have a really difficult one. We know how important the home form is going to be to reach in this phase where we want to arrive, and tomorrow we have the opportunity to start well. Now, on if he's aware of the noise around the club in terms of having no excuse, you know, say based on all this Jamie Carragher, even Ian Wright, many Mikel, all these pundits that are evident. Everybody, they say Arsenal have the best squad in the league. Therefore, there is no excuse. They must win it. This morning I watch Mikel Obi himself, the trend for social media. Obi say right now Arsenal have the best squad in England and Europe. Therefore, there is no excuse for us not to win the Premier League. That is what everybody is saying now. So that's why they ask Arteta, say, "Shey, they hear that narrative? Say, una that's me no, una no get excuse." Arteta say, "I'm aware. The moment I step in this chair, that I want this club to win major trophies. Nobody else has to put that line into us that you don't have any excuse. Nobody, you don't need to tell us. That's the ambition from the first day, and the excuses they've never been part of my life." You see why yesterday I was saying, I think it was yesterday or the first day, when I said the players want to win the trophies more than we want them to win the trophies. Arteta wants the player to win the trophies more than we want Arteta to want the players to want to win the trophies. Their own aim supersede our own aim. We are all in the same WhatsApp group, and they are the admins. We just look up to them. So they run out for us. That is the way it is now. So I'm not going to say maybe sometimes people go say Arteta has no winning mentality. Arteta does not. He cannot be the one to win it. He doesn't want to win it. No, he also wants to win it. Arteta recognizes the fact that for the first time in a long while, we have the tools, the equipment. We don't hand them over to Ra. Say, Baba, go run now. We don't buy them for you. Go run now. So the onus, they for Arteta hand. The only thing we go deprive us, say we know for personally, in my own opinion, the only thing we go deprive us from winning the league this season, so we get more injuries to key players. Maybe it's a go injury, Saka go injury, Magalia's go injury, Saliba, all those like mad, like now what go really step us down from. But everybody there like this, where they go, baba. Everybody will testify. Yes. Now we unlock low block. If you like bring the low block, bring 20 million, but mama start kid on day. We unlock and say, hey, not the way you feel. So now they call it Arteta on his first European tie as our manager against Olympiacos. Plus Arteta never faced Olympiacos as a manager. So you say that's the beauty of football as well. I perfectly remember when we scored the goal, when we considered the equalizer, the last chance we had in the last round of the game, as well as to go through. What happened after that as well, when COVID and everything hit. So it's part of the journey to get to where you are. It's a good example, like William Saliba, to get where you want to get. Sometimes you have to go through moments that you probably didn't expect to go through. They happen. Now, also, they call the outcome on William Saliba signing a contract. We talk about Saliba normally, we don't know what talk that one. Now, on our players believing they can win trophies here and committing their future to us, I think that they feel that they belong to this club. They feel very attached to it. They share the same ambition with the club, and obviously they feel value. They feel love here, and they want to continue their careers here, which is great. Now, on the impact of our late win over Newcastle, it's a great energy. The moment you go into the dressing room, everybody's celebrating, especially because of the manner and the way it happened. You have to move on immediately, and you know that we have a very tough match tomorrow against Olympiacos, and I'm ready for it. You see, during the full-time analysis show, I made a statement. I said, I wish I was a fly. Make I enter the Arsenal dressing room because it sure me die. say they could celebrate, everywhere with the buzz, and she the Arteta they talk now. You know what the players we do say because the way they win now against all odds. If you see the thumbnail of that night, against all odds, against the PGMOL, against everybody, yes. Even the PGMOL oga or do we don't talk some kind, don't go to shalaye, but we still get there. I will see reach that side. Make I tell you now what the man they talk. Now moving on, they call it after based on the pilots. They when say one call, say how far you say one carry the RAF pilot so they come speak to your team. And then I can say you are a bit too late. That was 2 years ago, so the plane is already gone. When I saw this report, I was like, why if that report was 2 years ago, why did the Daily Mail bring it out as if it's something that just happened? Because one of the principles of journalism, what would you look at? You look at timeliness of news stories. If this story don't already pass, why are you bringing it now? Like, oh, hear me, because you look at timeliness, look at, like, if you want to know news where they're relevant to people, you look at timeliness, you look at proximity, so we don't commit Afghanistanism. So, like, when you look all this things, for those who know for journalism, okay, so that Afghanistanism, when I look for 100 level, when I teach us that thing, it was funny. When you leave news where they near you, don't go they bring news where they far away, Kabanchan, when they really relevant. This is what we say, don't they maybe still lose, you know, consider again. It's called Afghanistanism. I would say they call it. So I think that is what the Daily Mail committed. When they carry story of 2 years ago, that has no direct relevance to what we are doing now. Bring it as if it's a current story. Mr. Fakolo reporter, before I call reporter, now I call a year from I say, what's better on 2 years ago now, I talk, I don't think. Boy, it's what it is, that's fine. Now, away from that, now based on say Arteta play a very easy for the midfield position, so you call it and say, see, what's in a very easy they bring for that midfield compared to Odegaard. So Arteta can say, I think he has got this different quality that he does things that in the book they are unexpected. When you think he's going to turn right, he goes left. When you think that he's going to take another touch, he releases the ball. It's his vision. He's a player who can create those magic moments, and at some point, he can steal the ball in a way that not many players can do. Lucky that we have a few of those, but the more we put him in central positions in those conditions, especially when there's threats around him, we are playing his strengths. Now, does this mean you are going to be benching Odegaard for abilities? Because this all, if not me now, they for that position when they ask that question, that should be the follow-up. Because when you press the very chance to the high heavens for playing the central position, the next logical question should be, does that mean you'll be putting Eberechi ahead of Odegaard? Make Arteta is the man say no, or making the man say yes, or making the man say it depends on the opposition we want to play. But all these journalists, based on them, you know, go think go that side. Now, the next question can be on how Eberechi has adapted to life at Arsenal. Can you imagine the follow-up question they ask? Is this supposed to be the right question? Now, it's a very good, personally, we'll make a leave down that and not to be relevant. Now, on how to learn from our previous encounters with Olympiacos. Yes, because they have a really good side and they have a really, really good manager, which I've known since I was starting because he was my coach at that period. I know how he works. I know how efficient he is in what he does. That's why I'm saying that tomorrow is going to be a really tough match. I was saying that they prepare for this game. Go for a mind, this match will go strong. Now they call the ask and say, how you take first of all know about this match, no man? I think when they confirm, say the first conversation was probably with Mertesacker. We were talking about the talents and what he could see and feel that could reach the level that we needed. Straight away, his name came up, and then we started to look at him and the way he's developed himself and the steps he has taken, the speed he has taken them. He's probably unheard of. He's fully with us. He's part of us. He trains with us, and he's got the same chances as any other person in the team. Yes. Now, on how Victor Gyökeres stood up to the challenge at Newcastle, he said, I loved it. I absolutely loved how he took it. He went on board. Not a single moment when he was showing frustration. I told him before the game that you are going to get so many decisions, some others not. Stand up. You are going to have 2 or 3 players around you in many moments, which means they're going to gang match you. You get, and that's true. For that Newcastle, the guy really suffer going, but instead, even for that go stand up, the bully ain't go stand up, bully it back. Now the ball is in the air and a lot is going to happen, but I love this reaction. I love the way he handled the situation emotionally. And also because he was involved in a lot of dangerous moments that he created. He was very much involved in them. It's a pity that he didn't score a goal at the end because, in my opinion, he fully deserves it. Now, the question asked about the conversation when he gets with Matasaka. I said, like, how long ago did you discuss with him about Max? Is it like a 1 year and a half or 2 years ago, Sha? Now, on how he's handling the role with Kai Havertz out, he said, well, in a really natural, organic way, everybody dey wait make Kai Havertz come back, Sha. But for now, Yukiris na be the Olori Oko wey we get. Na him go dey handle everything for us. On what makes our back four so good? I think that's one, chemistry. I think there's something about, especially when we talk about centre back units, that it has to exist. That it has to be a will, a feeling to play for each other, and basically to hide each other's weaknesses and promote each other's strengths. That's an ability that they have between them, and they have developed. They like to play with each other, they love each other, and that's a massive thing when you're asking your backline to produce what they are producing at the moment. I think I talk plenty things, but these are like the ones where I feel say they know them. But I will let you know. Most ones just the irrelevant. Now, at the time about Howard Webb don't do the Mike Top show with Mikel Webb. Howard Webb they double down. So Jared Gillett and Darren England, I be name where they did the VR, that they got the decisions correctly, overturned it correctly. Now, let I just give you the cocoa of voting talk. He say the coalition between Nick Pope and Gyökeres now just coming together. So when two people just come together, so they're not going to penalize Nick Pope. Now the summary of everything talk, very annoying, very very annoying. He doesn't see what he talk. He say Nick Pope didn't really make contact with the opponent. They come together. Can you imagine? He don't really make contact. Like I don't know whether people think we're stupid. Like we don't have eyes of our own. Our eyes are failing us. So they have to see for us. But thank God say many people, ex-referees, ex-PGM world chief in Kit Hackett, he's saying it was supposed to be a penalty. As long as many people think it's a penalty, you think it will be penalty, it shows you that it was not an obvious error who is supposed to correct. As long as many people feel say, well, we'll just leave the matter as it be, don't talk to Sha. So it be. Now Duncan Ferguson got the toxic for him. Between Arsenal and Liverpool, he tip Arsenal to actually win the league. That's where he's seen it, because Arsenal really gets a very good squad when they see our setup we get. So he say Arsenal put them down as the favorites for the game. I think they'll be in front of Liverpool. I was very impressed with them. They went right to the end. They are always strong in set pieces. At not. He changed his formation. He changed his tactics. He's putting different personnel in for the game. Later in the show, the topic was revisited and Ferguson added, what I've seen of Liverpool, the wee bit of Liverpool I've seen this year, and what I've seen of Arsenal. Arsenal look a stronger team. The manager has been there a few years now, and they've come second 3 times in a row. Now I think, haven't they? This could be their year, you get, and the mentality. Now waiting everybody thinks, yes, this could be our year. What could they watch? Now, the ESPN UK, call it talk, say around the 87 minutes against Lucas, VR checked the handball on Magalhaes but didn't give it. Less than 10 minutes later, Magalhaes scored the winning goal, because the argument is Magalhaes should have been sent off and he's supposed to do for the stadium, but it had been debunked that Magalhaes' situation, according to the letter of the law, he no deserve any red card, not to talk of penalty. Now, Rio Ferdinand going to reflect on Arsenal performance against Newcastle. So he going to talk, say, Arsenal answered a lot of their critics out there. To go to Newcastle and win is huge, because if they draw that game or lose that game, questions will be asked. I'm not saying they will win the league, but there's moments in the season that you draw inspiration from. Newcastle isn't an easy place to go. I would say Ferdinand they talk, say the team will get psychological boost for the Arsenal players from waiting them just do, because that environment where they go, not a difficult environment, and this is going to send a clear message about their resilience and their ambition. Say people don't talk about our resilience, our ambition, our mentality. You get everybody else will get winning mentality now. Hey, pundit. Now Champions League matches they go on like this. So as they record this show now. So when you watch what is happening, at the watch Chelsea game, Chelsea beat Benfica 1-0 like this. Galatasaray they beat Liverpool 1-0. Though Liverpool rest Salah, they rest Isak. They lose 1-0 like this. Bayern they win 6-1. I picked a keen interest on this Chelsea game. I purposely go check Chelsea squad. Make I see whether the squad still dey tight. And yes, Chelsea squad still dey okay. Joe Pedro dey start, Estival don come back, Garnacho play goal wey dem take score own goal. Like their team still dey decent. Joe Pedro still dey. That one dey rest am against Liverpool. But look at Chelsea's injury list. Manchester dey suffer this season o. See players, Tosin, see players, Colwill, Delap, Esugo, Fofana, Palmer, almost see players. They dey suffer this season, but it is what it is. My mom be say at least they still get decent squad. They will face that Liverpool wey dey help us run am. All I'm looking for is a draw. If una fit win, fine. But if una no fit win, no pressure. Just give me the draw and I'm good to go. The Arsenal do the normal level. Now we go even first play. Once we don gba our 3 points, so we come dey hate watch chess Liverpool match. Now, this man you can see on the screen, Gabriel Bolaho, he gonna apologize to Arsenal fans after a fan called onto the Talk Sport show, come call him out for him bias analysis on Arsenal. When the season won't start, they check our calendar, they look at the tough games we will get. Bolaho say for these games, saying they see Arsenal versus Manchester United, so we go lose. Arsenal versus Liverpool, we go lose. So we go win Leeds. Arsenal versus Manchester City, we go lose. Arsenal versus St. James's Park, Newcastle, we go lose. Talk plenty thing. After everything, now the fan come call the call am out say how far. You don't see how the thing they go, so all I need is your apology. You can apologize, kind of laugh. I apologize for saying Arsenal will not win the games that they are expected to win. The guy said, don't come and change the goalposts. Not that we are expected to win. You never gave us any chance to win. So own it with your full chest. Say you apologize. You can apologize last. It was very funny video. Then I watched the video. I just laugh. But it's good to they call them out from their subconscious biases in their analysis when they give when it has to do with Arsenal. Yes, call them out after we don't defeat them. But no be now. Make God just do one for us this season. We can win the league. If possible, win the league with the Champions League. Papa, a lot of all this pundits will call them out, say, yes, we enter there. I'm a come on, Jerry, don't me. I get people who say, I see the more try to win something. I get people at the win, so I go enter. But no, we'll keep waiting for them. Now, Victor Osimhen has now scored 6 goals in 6 games against English sides. Imagine if that reported summer move to the Premier League went through. But TNT Sport say, based on the way you see the game, based on the way Osimhen they play, if you're saying come for EPM, maybe for do better, well, nobody know. It's in the realm of speculation. I can't really say. We'll just watch. Before Isak came to Liverpool, no know how Mr. They say, hey, they feel Isak join Liverpool, they will carry the league, this and that. How far is Isak today? From now to the end of season, going, show me say the guy don't even be that. Nobody on the talk say when I go score 20 goals, I go score this. How far? But I never see period. They still adapt because it's not easy. For Liverpool, all road lead to Isak. For Liverpool, for Newcastle, all road lead to Isak. For Liverpool, that's not the case. That's just the way it is now. For Sporting Lisbon, all road lead to Buchanan. For Arsenal, that's not the case. We see there are people say that they keep on they run 1 or 2. Even though we want all road to still lead to him, make him boss never. But not be so. For big teams, they get more than 1 key player. Road they go to Saka, road they go to Buchanan. If a change in their left, road will still go to Ram. At the normal level. So we big. But someone just watch at the end of the day. Like this now. I get confidence in my own team, say the complete get. I don't fear anybody. So let me bring you a message from one of our sponsors in Mobile World Associates and Co Limited. They answer construction services, dredging, canalization, real estate, and shore protection works. They also into mechanical and fabrication services and procurement services nationwide. So if you want to reach out to them, call them on +234 80646422 34, and they're located at number 7 Ekeniwo Road, Orazi, opposite St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt. So if you're interested in any of their services, please do reach out to them. So the biggest news of the day, that the fact that William Saliba don't talk emphatically that we want to win the Champions League. Very clear. That's the ambition. We want to do better than we did last season. And with that being said, I think it's a fine place for us to call insurance. Now come your way later tomorrow morning to give you the morning news. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good night. Ciao.